Cruise news time, and here we go. Two major cruise lines will be requiring a booster to cruise starting March the 1st, 2022. Yeah, March the 1st, 2022. And Florida ready to go back to court to make the cruise line stop having passengers prove that they're vaccinated. We've got a Hawaii update. We've got a pretty cool thing coming out of Holland America. And guess what? Late last night, I booked a cruise. Big cruise announcement coming up on the show today. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates and a big show today with a lot of information. I just want to say a big welcome to everybody who watches the show on a daily basis. Thank you so much for your continued support. It is the 27th of January, 2022. It is a Thursday, and a lot popping. First, let me update a story from yesterday that I got wrong. I talked about Marvel Day at Sea going to Miami for the first time. I was wrong. Marvel Day at Sea has been happening in Miami for quite a while on the Disney Magic, one of Disney's older cruise ships, but now Marvel Day at Sea starting in 2023 will be happening on the Disney Dream out of Miami. So that's the announcement. I said it wrong yesterday. The story was more about the Dream picking up Marvel Day at Sea down there in Miami. So that is exciting. And a big shout out to all my Disney fans. I did do this poll yesterday to see how many people have cruised exclusively on Disney, how many people have cruised other cruise lines and then cruised on Disney. None of that really matters. The big number from the poll that I'm taking away, that I'm really resting on, is that of the close to 4,000 people that answered the poll, 25% of you have been on a Disney cruise. That's a lot. That's more than I expected. That really has opened my eyes to the amount of people that really enjoy a Disney cruise. And there's the takeaway from that. 25% of you have been on a Disney cruise. Out of all the different cruise lines that you could go on, 25% on a Disney cruise. Let that sink in. I know it's only 4,000 people, and we'll continue to watch this poll as it grows, but wowza. And let me give you the other poll results from last week. I asked the question, on excursions with multiple stops where the seating policy is not well defined, do you keep the same seat that you took in the beginning, or is every stop a new scenario for first come, first serve? And as you will see, 10% of the people, almost 10% of the 10,000 people that answered, they thought they were above the question. They didn't want to help out the conversation in the cruising community. But the rest of you guys who did answer, how about this? 74% of you said that yes, whatever seat you choose in the beginning is the seat you should keep each time, that is the norm. Certainly I went through an experience where that was not the norm, but these numbers do make sense to me because on that excursion, I was the only person that was displaced from their seat. So the majority of the people did keep the same seat that they chose in the beginning. So I lay it out there to say beware. While it certainly seems that the norm is to keep the same seat, there is a small percentage of people that do not follow that rule that will take your seat regardless of when they showed up for the excursion. So take that with a grain of salt, and just don't be shocked when you're on your excursion if you are the unlucky one to have your seat taken. All right, let's jump into today's cruise news. Cruise news story number one, Holland America is celebrating their 75th birthday, their 75th anniversary as a cruise company. And in honor of that, they're giving away 75 cruises. How about that? 75 cruises to Alaska. Holland America operates 6 cruise ships in Alaska. They're well regarded in Alaska. It's really easy to enter. There's a website that you go to, you put in your information. But look, you got to get your entries in now. Holland America will be drawing the winners in the late part of February for cruises that will be happening between April this year and September this year. So if you can go cruising to Alaska this year and you want a free shot at a cruise, Holland America, they're hooking you up because it's their 75th birthday. Happy birthday, Holland America. How about that? Cruise news story number 2, Hawaii makes their health protocols official for cruise passengers. So there is a health program in place for people visiting Hawaii. Cruise passengers have been following those protocols, but now they have made them official. They've extended them through March the 25th. But the big takeaway is this: if you're cruising to Hawaii, you want to get off of the cruise ship in Hawaii, you have to present either a negative COVID test, I'm sure that's time bound, probably 48 hours, or you have to be able to demonstrate that you've been vaccinated. So proof of vaccine or negative COVID test, and you can go explore Hawaii. No booster shot required as of yet. And again, these protocols made official and extended through March the 25th, 2022. Now, let me quickly give you a brief update on Florida pushing back against the ruling that was granted to Norwegian Cruise Line, which essentially allowed them and other cruise lines to get proof of vaccination from passengers in Florida. The state of Florida has pushed back against that ruling. They have filed an appeal, and now that appeal has a court date. The 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals will hear arguments in the Florida versus NCL appeal during the week of May the 16th. A specific date wasn't given, but during that week, this issue will return to court. And look, we'll be watching to see if anything happens with that appeal, because that could be big news. If something changes with that ruling, then the way that cruising's happening out of Florida could change. So we will be watching that closely. Now, I do need to tell you about the two major cruise lines that will be requiring cruisers to be boosted to cruise starting March the 1st. And I got to tell you about my big announcement, my big cruise announcement. I'm going back on assignment. But first, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. That's the value proposition. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. I put out a video and whammo blammo. Through the magic of technology, you get notified. It doesn't cost anything, but it does help us with some of our goals. We're trying to get to 150,000 subscribers within the next month. We're only 2,000 away. You can help us do that. Be a part of the Loca fam. Thank you in advance. All right, Silver Seas and Azamara. Those are the first two major cruise lines to require booster shots for passengers. Now, the way it's going to work is the way that I speculated. You only have to be boosted if you are eligible to be boosted. This is going to become a calendar thing. If you are not eligible to be boosted, you do not have to be boosted. And that conversation adds a whole level of complexity to this conversation, because some of the shots have a different time frame for when you need to be boosted. So Johnson & Johnson, the single shot, for example, if it's been 2 months since you got the Johnson & Johnson, then you are eligible for a booster. But I believe Pfizer is 6 months or 5 months. This certainly could be confusing and challenging, and so hopefully the cruise lines will do a good job on their website detailing exactly who needs to be boosted. But March the 1st is the date for these two cruise lines, Azamara and Silver Seas. Silver Seas, a part of the Royal Caribbean family. Azamara used to be part of the Royal Caribbean family, and so who knows if this will become policy for Royal Caribbean, but we will continue to watch it going forward. Now, the big announcement. Where will I be on assignment to next? Well, I'm jumping on a plane on Sunday. I'm flying down to Miami, and I will be boarding the Disney Magic. That's right. Your peer pressure and your poll results have opened my eyes, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not the hugest Disney fan. Like, I'm not a fan of the Mickey Mouse and all that stuff, but this cruise is a Marvel Days at Sea. Big props to Jay from Para DJ. I was trying to work it out last night, and I was going to go on just a short 3-day cruise at the end of next week out of Port Canaveral, and he said, hey man, we're going Monday, and it's a Marvel Day at Sea. And that's all I needed to hear. So I'm excited that I'll know somebody on the cruise ship. I'm excited that it is Marvel Day at Sea. I'm excited to take you guys onto a Disney cruise and show it to you through my perspective. Boom, that's your cruise news. Time to sound off, and there's a lot to sound off about. What do you think about the boosters in Florida going back to court? Holland America, Hawaii protocols. What do you think about the big man? Going, when you wish upon a star. Is this what everybody wanted? I'm so excited. Is there karaoke? Thank you so much for checking out the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. You can show that you enjoyed it by hitting the like button. And if you don't hit the like button, well, I'm forced to dole out a punishment. And my punishment today is that if you do not hit the like button, you will all have to wear mouse ears on your next Carnival or Royal or NCL cruise. How about that? This is Tony with Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.